Coach, so just talk about this past weekend. A lot of ups, and there was second game of the series, kind of a downer. Just talk about this whole weekend.
Yeah, as a whole, I thought we played extremely well. Kingsville's a really good team. Obviously, game 2 was a little bit of a cluster, but I love the way our guys regrouped. I mean, we really on Saturday we played 13 innings of bad baseball. But then was able to win that game 2, and really proud. This team, all year long they fought their tails off. We've came back and I'd say 50–60% of our games. So this team's got a lot of character. They fight really hard, and was really proud of them to be able to win that series. I mean, it was a big series win for us.
Do you think the wind was affecting pitchers' accuracy out there a lot? It seemed like a lot of balls just like.
The wind. I mean, it always affects everything out here. I mean, when the wind's blowing 20 to 30 to 40 miles an hour, but both teams got to be out there in it and stuff. We practiced in it, our pitchers practiced in it, so I don't think it was necessarily that. Obviously in game 2 we threw some guys that we hadn't thrown all year just to kind of see if we could get maybe an extra arm going into playoffs and stuff, because we kind of knew they got on us pretty early in that game, and we didn't want to waste any of our bullpen arms because of the injury, stuff like that we've got. We felt like we may need those bullpen guys for the next 2 games after that.
There's such a stark difference between game 1 and game 2, especially with Libarger doing so well for so long in that game. What was kind of the thought process understanding what happened in game 2 and then going into game 3?
Yeah, their game 3 starter, I mean, he was really good. I mean, he's one of their top arms. I think he was up to 94 that day, and he was really shutting us out early on. I thought our guys had a pretty good approach offensively. I mean, our approach all year is to be able to win games late. Really see a lot of pitches, work the counts a little bit more, and I thought we did a good job. That way we could get to their bullpen in game 3 there and find a way to win that game. And then obviously, Kanyes had a big home run there, but Bodie Bryan was huge in game 3, and then Jimmy Cubios came up with the game-winning hit, and those seniors did a great job this last weekend.
Game 4, talk about when Braden Baker came in, kind of shut the door on them, shut them down, and then Louis Amaro next inning put you guys right back on top.
Yeah, Braden's been good for us all year, and I mean, he's kind of battling some injuries right now as well, but he was huge for us this weekend. I believe he got the save in game 1 and the win in game 4, and he was huge. I mean, I would have loved to have run him back out there, but we've been using him a lot the last couple of weeks, and we've got to minimize his innings as much as possible going into playoffs. And then Dom Yergo came back and was outstanding in game 4 as well. But give credit to a lot of our seniors this past weekend. Louis Amaro, Bodie, all those guys. Man, they did a phenomenal job this past weekend. Really led our team to a big series win.
And last series of the regular season, going down to Angelo State this week. Can you kind of preview that for us?
Yeah, it's a huge in-region matchup. Obviously, we've set ourselves up in good shape, but it's a tough place to go and play. We're going to go down there. I mean, we haven't done anything yet. Obviously, one of our goals is to win conference and stuff. We've still got to go down and take care of some business down there. It's going to be a tough weekend. We can't let up at all. And as far as regional rankings and stuff, obviously, where they put us last week, we've got to obviously win some ball games, because obviously what we've done so far, being the team that's won the most games in the region, most D2 wins, and beat the #1 ranked team on the road 2 out of 3, that obviously wasn't good enough for the committee.
About the senior class, talk about just the growth you've seen from them, either be 2 years or 4 years, how long they've been with the program. And I'm not just talking on the baseball field, but as men as well. How do you
Yeah, man. Great group of guys. They compete. I mean, that's the one thing we talk about all the time, is just get out there and compete. Compete with yourselves, compete with the game of baseball and stuff, and they've done that all year. They're never out of a game. Like I said, I don't know how many one-run games we've played in this year. I think we've won close to all of them, if not all of them, and we've came back in so many games. I mean, we were down 7 against Tarleton early on in the year, and then, I mean, just all year long, they find a way to win games late, and that's what we preach to our guys, and that's something that we didn't necessarily have last year. We may have been more talented last year, all in all, but this year's group of guys, they just compete until the last out.